Oh, hi.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is CKTCHAOTIC. Today I will be reading the Remarried Empress episode 94, 95, and 96. Let's get started. Congratulations on the good news, Lady Rashta.
Thank you. My brilliant, noble parents, congratulations, have now received a decent title, and the person who currently in a position that everyone looks up to is me. I'm carrying the Emperor's first child who will succeed the throne in the future. And my time as Empress will be extended when I'm pregnant with the next child because His Majesty doesn't want an illegitimate one. All that's left is to deal with the tiresome Rimwells.
Why is she crying?
Huh?
I made a careless remark. I said they must be happy they found at least one child even though they lost two. I don't think she's going to stop crying anytime soon.
It seems that everyone wants to see me comfort my real parents. Their daughter isn't my real sister. But if I don't want to raise any suspicions, I'm sorry, Mother. I should have looked for my sister first. Huh? Don't worry, I'll make sure I find her.
Really? You're really going to find your sister?
Of course.
How annoying.
Then I'll be right back after washing my hands.
I would have done as they asked, even if they had asked me in private. Did she really have to turn on the waterworks and cause a scene? I have a lot of things to take care of besides that. I would have said the couple that Baron Lanti brought over were my parents if I had known this would happen.
Huh? The Duke!
He's that man from earlier. The Duke only spends his time with the ladies in the palace. Why is he all the way out here with a noble man? What are they talking about? It looks serious. I apologize for causing you a lot of trouble earlier, Lady Rashta. Duke Urgi was very angry at me.
Duke Urgi?
Yes. He said that saying something like that during a happy occasion wasn't just rude to the Viscount and Viscountess, but to you as well.
So that's what they were talking about earlier. It wasn't that rude, it's just... hurts my heart to hear something so sad brought up all of a sudden.
I apologize once again, Lady Rashta.
Thank you. It's good that the misunderstanding was cleared up because the Duke is the only person I can trust in this palace full of enemies.
By the way, it seems Duke Urgi really likes you.
But then again,
who wouldn't be taken with a charming beauty like you? What a butt kisser.
It seems Duke Urgi really likes you.
Who wouldn't be taken with a charming beauty like you?
Wasn't Duke Urgi in a relationship with King Henry?
Just thinking about what may have happened to you breaks my heart. If you let me know what's been troubling you, I will get McKenna to rack his brain to give you some words of wisdom.
Was that just
a joke between friends?
I shouldn't be too surprised. The Duke is always involved in scandals with all sorts of women.
Such rumor wouldn't be so common if he and King Henry really were in a relationship.
Plus, he was nice to me, even when I first arrived in the palace and I was in a weak position. He also readily lent me a lot of money. And he helped me in many ways so that I could become the Empress. He expressed his interest many times.
Lady Rashta.
Although he was being playful.
Don't worry, it was cute.
Don't tell me she's fantasizing.
Oh no.
In any case, when is the wedding due to take place?
The Remarried Empress, episode 94.
He said that he was going to proceed with it as quickly as possible. I did agree with progressing it quickly, but did he really say that he'd handle the wedding preparation himself? Sir Unum heard him saying it. Could it be that you want to make the preparations? That's not it. Then it's because His Majesty is busy right now. However, he probably didn't want to strengthen Krista's hand by putting her in charge of the wedding. He probably had a tough time finding a solution. What should I do? She's always thinking about his body. Are you really alright? I'm fine. At any rate, I ought to meet with Henry and discuss our wedding plans, but I keep thinking about how he looked back then. She didn't eat much in the end. Was the food not to your liking? That's not it. I was just lost in thought. I'd like to see His Majesty. Can you find a suitable time for me? I can't keep avoiding Henry just because I'm embarrassed. If I have to face him anyway, then... It's been a while, Lady Navier. How have you been? I've been doing well, thanks to you. Then... I can't tell if she's a genuine person. She smiled very sweetly, but I feel like she might be a snake. Great. What brings the two of you here together? We ran into each other just now. Oh. Please, come in. I heard that Your Majesty is going to prepare the wedding on your own. Is this true? It is? If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you would let me handle the wedding preparations. To be continued. Ooh, that's kind of demanding. If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you would let me handle the wedding preparations. You want me to put you in charge of the wedding? It's unusual for a reigning monarch to lead the preparations for his own wedding. I'm your sister-in-law and the former queen, so I'm well placed to lead the wedding preparations on behalf of you both. It would also look more appropriate. Well, our marriage began in an unconventional manner, so it would be better if the preparations were handled differently too. Oh, Navier. Please stick to your original decisions, Henry. It'd probably be better for me to step in rather than for him to oppose his brother's widow directly. Very well. I thought it was right for me to offer my help as your sister-in-law and former queen. But it seems I misread the situation. Why? Click, click. Does it feel like I picked on her? When I was defending myself from Rashta, I didn't feel like this, even though she was in a more pitiful situation than Krista was. Could it be the difference in manners? Rashta often said and did things that made no sense to me, and she also copied me outright. But the way Krista dealt with the situation... My queen? You told me not to involve myself as much as possible, my queen. However, I'm thinking of telling Krista not to come near the office. Would that be overstepping? That's fine. I actually just came to see you because of this issue. Do you also want to lead the wedding preparations yourself? That's not it. I thought that I should at least support you if there are things you need help with. I want to do it myself since I'm doing this for you. I need your help with the dress fitting, of course. We can't have it made to my size. Oh my gosh! How is it humanly possible to get that kind of body? Dum dum. Oh my gosh! Okay. My queen, are you angry?
It'd be nice if you could leave things be. Oh, oh, so cute. Oh, cute. Oh. He's so cute. My queen. I can't be embarrassed forever. I told myself I'll give Henry the opportunity to come clean. Henry? Do you have anything... Please invite Grand Duke Kaufman. What? The Remarried Empress, episode 95. Pardon? You want me to invite Grand Duke Kaufman? That's not what I meant to say. I was planning on talking about diplomacy with Looped after the wedding. Do you want to invite him, my queen? I guess it can't be helped. When I was in the Eastern Empire, he and I were preparing to set up the trade between the two continents. You were working on a trade deal between the continents? Press. I'm listening. We were preparing to set up a trade agreement, but things fell through due to a rift between His Majesty and him. Are you referring to... Oh, that's right. Please have a seat. Oh. If you ask him to come, I will look into setting up a trade agreement between the Western Kingdom and Looped. There's a high chance of success between senses is something you were leading before, but this is the first trade agreement with another continent that will be led by one country. The fact that the kingdoms is pursuing a trade deal by itself will be beneficial from the beginning. An international trade between popular, I plan to turn Looped and the Western Kingdom into a distribution hubs as well as secondary trading partners with other nations. The arrangement will make it easier to access investments too, since merchants who were reluctant to trade before will be more willing to trade if the state is leading the trade discussion. I have reviewed the economic case from a range of different angles, so you can rest easy. By the way, my queen, you speak while looking that way. Please, look at me when you're talking to me. If you're not angry with me, then I beg you to do so. It feels odd that you keep avoiding eye contact. I am not avoiding eye contact. I'm avoiding contact with your conscience. My conscience. I can't tell him that I'm trying to refrain from looking at his neither region. Oh my gosh! Then can I assume that you'll be inviting the Grand Duke? Of course. Thank you. I thought you'll be there for a while longer. There wasn't much to say. Is it because you don't need words to understand each other in your relationship? Clip, clip, clip. Huh? This is kind of awkward. To be continued. That's Krista's lady-in-waiting. Were you waiting for me by any chance? I was. There's something I want to tell you. What did you want to tell me? I heard one of your people insulted my lady-in-waiting. Please make sure this does not happen again. Sir Apron isn't one of my people. He answers to His Majesty. You should be asking His Majesty directly. You saw her look? The Remarried Empress, episode 96. She didn't grovel even though she was making a request, and she was asking on behalf of one of her people. Though she was constantly making requests that were a little difficult, she has some admirable qualities. We might even have been close if we weren't competing for power. Krista and I are of a similar age, and she has shown herself to be dignified and elegant through her actions and her character. As a result, most of the young women who I would look to appoint as my ladies-in-waitings are already working for Krista. It'll be difficult to choose a lady-in-waiting in a situation like this just by going through high society, even if there are a few young women who aren't serving Krista already. It'll be because they have no desire to becoming ladies-in-waiting, or they'll be close to Krista's lady-in-waitings. That's why I have no choice but to take a slight risk. Rose? Yes, Your Majesty. Can you pass on a letter to Miss Mastas after her asking her to be my lady-in-waiting? Pardon? I can, but as you will have seen, Your Majesty, she isn't really cut out to be a lady-in-waiting. That's why I plan to ask her to become one. I suspect she probably hasn't been influenced by Lady Krista. Ah. Do you mind if I ask you something that I'm curious about? Please, feel free to ask me anything. You're clearly bright and your manners are impeccable. Why didn't you become Lady Krista's lady-in-waiting? Rose is a young, noble woman who is competent enough for me to like her for who she is, despite the fact that I approached her to appease Unums at first. Why didn't Krista ask her to become her lady-in-waiting? Gosh, I'm flattered. To hear you speak so highly of me all of a sudden, I think it's because Unum is one of His Majesty's men. Wasn't Sir Unum a member of the Royal Guard in the past? He was, but he wasn't the captain. If he had been a member of the Royal Guard all along, he would have had to protect the late king until recently. So it's probably awkward for her to tell me that his allegiance lies with Henry, who was the king's younger brother. I'm glad Krista didn't make you her lady-in-waiting, because I really like you. I like you too, Your Majesty. Your Majesty! Huh? Oh my god, she's adorable, okay? Oh, by the way, I ran into her on my way here. Ooh. It's an honor to meet you, Your Majesty. I'm McLennan, the best designer in the kingdom. Please give this to Her Majesty. The best. It does say so here, but... McLennan, the best fashion designer in the Western Kingdom. His Majesty has ordered me to make Your Majesty wedding dress, reception dress, and several other dresses. May I enter? Yes, do come in. Nice. Oh, very nice. What is? I was asking to make this dress as flashy and sparkly as possible. However, this had me worried since there was a risk that the dresses could overshadow the person instead of the other way around. I believe Your Majesty will be able to pull off the look I'm thinking of. I'm going to design a gorgeous and intense dress for you. He wants me to wear a dress that is as simple as possible, but is my wedding dress. Oh, this is Rashta. His Majesty told me to prepare a dress that suits you as much as possible. Does that mean flashy things don't suit me? That's not it. It's because you're very popular with the commoners. Just because they're commoners, that doesn't mean that they only like simple things. That's true, but your wedding will be very extravagant. If your dress is too, then you'll be moving away from the public image for the people who expect from you. I won't stand out if my dress is plain. What a brat. Oh my gosh. This may be His Majesty's second wedding, but it's my first. Plus, people will continue to compare me with Empress Navier.
I can't believe I've been told to wear a simple dress. Are they trying to make me a laughing stock? What did the former Empress wear?
You are the person who designed the dress? Yes, that's right.
You're trying to get me to wear something plain on purpose so that I'll look worse compared to the former Empress. Because you like her, right? Make me a dress that's even more eye-catching than this one.
She thinks the commoners will prefer an empress wearing a simple dress? That makes no sense. Lady Rashta, Duke Uri is here to see you.
The Duke?
Hello, Lady Rashta.
Who is that?
Did His Majesty propose to you? The streets are full of rumors these days.
So they're true then.
Come on, why are you being so apologetic?
But I'm sorry for various reasons.
Do you remember what I said about the journalist before?
Did you bring a journalist with you?
He wants to interview you because he heard the rumors.
Oh, I wasn't paying close attention because I didn't think it would be immediate use to me. The only thing that I remember is that I have to respond accordingly after deciding whether they're on the side of the commoners or the nobility.
Don't be so nervous, my lady. I'll help you. Alright, it was kind of confusing with the dialogue because I can't tell if it's like Rashta's voice to Krista to Navier. Like, I can't figure out what voice to do with them, but now we're at the good part because Krista is obviously fighting for power still, even though she's a former queen. You know, like, come on, get off your high horse, give it to Navier, like, move on. But now we're at the point where Rashta is just constantly living behind Navier's shadow. And even though she's about to be the Empress, she's always fighting, just fighting within herself and comparing to everything Navier did and said. And it's just insane. She's just so problematic. I hope Sovieshu sees it. And I don't know, his game plan is a little bit of a mess right now. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and supporting me and subscribe to my channel and liking all my videos. And I just enjoy reading all everyone's comments. And for everyone new out there, if you guys do enjoy my webtoon reading style, feel free to subscribe and like as well. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!